Hello, everyone. Welcome to Passive Progress. I'm your host, Alex Cohn, and today we are diving into an exciting and transformative topic cryptocurrency. Joining me are Artem, the CTO of a De.Fi platform and a seasoned expert in blockchain technologies. With over a decade of experience in software development and a passion for decentralized finance, Artem is here to help us to understand the fundamentals of Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, and the broader cryptocurrency market. Artem, welcome to the show.
Hey guys, thank you for inviting me.
Of course, pleasure having you, man. Let's kick things off by hearing about your background and how you got started in the world of crypto.
Yeah, sure. So I started being a crypto guy maybe a few years ago during the bull run at 2020-21. Yeah, before that I was working in different software development companies. At that time, more than 8 or 10 years. Yeah, and then I was just I really stuck with crypto. I started being really interested in it, so I started playing with that, started investigating how it works, how to invest in that, and trying to understand what's going on there. Yeah, so at the time I started diving in it, using my superpower, the understanding of how the technology works. And based on the fact that I was a software developer and software architect at that time, so I decided to start with this site, with the technical one. And yeah, now I'm working as a CTO of the crypto platform, almost 3 years already. And yeah, we are working on really good stuff right now. Yeah, I can quickly share some thoughts and the brief bio of the project.
Sure, no, yeah, it's definitely interesting. But DeFi, so for our listeners, it stands for decentralized finance. So they build a decentralized finance platform that connects different cryptocurrencies. And yeah, would like to hear more what you guys do actually.
Yeah, so we are working. Basically, we one of the main features of the platform is the portfolio tracker. So the any user can go to our site, paste his wallet, and see the what assets are there, or what staking, farming positions are there. Also, besides that, we are working on some really smart crypto antivirus, the system that tracks mm, uh, the changes in the smart contract. The liquidity also checks if the smart contract has any vulnerabilities. Also, there are a lot of metrics, including AI score for analyzing how safe this project is.
Let me rewind a bit and talk about more. There is a few platforms where you can buy cryptocurrencies, right? There is a centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges. So centralized exchanges for everyone is all well known, like Coinbase, Binance, KuCoin, Upbit, Bybit. There's plenty of them. Each country has its own regulated
Yeah,
crypto
exactly.
exchange, and they usually international, right? And also there is a decentralized space that's when you have cold wallets, you transform your crypto from your centralized exchange like Coinbase to decentralized, and there you can trade it off market. Basically, it's on market but decentralized, but it's not controlled by centralized exchange basically. So tell us a little bit more about the difference between those two, and what are the benefits of using one or another.
So the main difference is that if
Yeah.
you use the centralized one, the centralized exchange, you don't have real control of your assets. Just in case of any issues with the platform, there is a really high chance that you lose your money. Like you can uh, try to find what happened with FTX, right? This is the one of the cases. So basically, yeah, it's a off-chain service that works like a proxy with you and the real blockchain. Uh, on the other hand, decentralized exchanges like Radium on Solana, Uniswap, on other chains. It's fully blockchain, fully on blockchain. So the risk is that you can the risk basically the risk is much less, and if you want to trade on this platform, you should be aware about the fees. Yeah. So in general, just not diving into the details, I would suggest the users, the people who want to start investing, to start trading in crypto, to start it with centralized exchanges, but don't store your assets there. Just trade and go back to the wallet. So you can deposit your funds, deposit your Ethereum, your USDT, USDC to any of the centralized exchanges. Do your trades, right? For example, buy Ethereum or Bitcoin, and not immediately, but yeah, in the same day, uh, withdraw your new asset, Bitcoin or Ethereum, back to your wallet, to Ledger, to I don't know, to MetaMask on your Chrome browser. It's even much safer than holding on checks.
We'll come back to this topic a little bit later when we dive deeper into different cryptocurrencies. But to touch a little bit on FTX issue, because FTX was centralized exchange, they actually control all the funds of all the users. So what happened in the past is they start using users' funds, and it wasn't as regulated at that time. And when cryptocurrency started losing its valuations overnight and people start selling off, it basically was a little bit leverage over leverage, some debt going on, and it failed. It didn't have enough funds to pay off its users. The same issues that we had with US banks not long time ago, that they didn't have enough cash to pay off their customers, and a few banks filed for bankruptcy.
Yeah.
And had to be bailed out. So in cryptocurrency world, the same happened as cryptocurrency exchange. So folks, be mindful about that. Everything can happen. We don't know 100% what happens. Coinbase, on the other hand, is heavily regulated in the United States. So I don't think it can happen there, but you want always to be safe, right? No one can guarantee your money.
Exactly.
Unless it's in your personal wallet. It's not your funds. That's what the average saying in this world. Okay, very good. So I don't want to dwell on this topic too much, and let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the king of crypto. Why do you think Bitcoin has maintained its position as the most important cryptocurrency, and what sets it apart from others?
Sure. First, Bitcoin is the first cryptocurrency. Not like technically, it's not the first one, but in the society, from the society perspective, from the economical perspective, this is the first blockchain that has been invented and injected in the economy, the global economy. And yeah, there are multiple factors that are really important. For example, there is a limitation that inside the limitation how many bitcoins can be minted in the world, right? So it has limits. That's why we can predict how many bitcoins we will have approximately in 10 and 15 and 20 years.
So not like our US dollars that we print every year, a ton of it. Now Bitcoin has a limited supply, folks. It has 21 million Bitcoins can ever exist in our universe. And that's the beauty of it, right? It's a limited supply, and there's miners, there's sense to it, how people mine it and create those Bitcoins. But it's still limited at 21 million exactly.
Yeah. So at some point, people decided to use Bitcoin for transfer, for paying for something, right? And they agreed to apply some value to it, right? The same for gold, right? Basically, it's just metal, right? But at some point, hundreds years ago, people realized that it has limited supply, right? And it's not so easy to mine it. So that's why they decided to make gold as an asset, right? Now we live in really digital world, and every day we need more and more things that we can do digitally, right, with the internet. And the Bitcoin is the best, one of the best approaches that we can use for that.
So Bitcoin often, like we're talking about gold right now, but Bitcoin often gets compared to digital gold. Do you agree with the comparison? Can it be better than gold? Because right now, if we see as a capitalization of Bitcoin versus gold, Bitcoin is 2 trillion, around 2 trillion capitalization today, and gold is about 18 trillion, right? So would you compare those two, and how they can be compared? Because gold still using there has some live world use cases, right? They build some data chips, right, with some gold. They use it for jewelry. They use it for some other technological advances. But Bitcoin is just a digital currency. So would you agree with such a comparison? And how would you see the future of Bitcoin?
I would say in a few words, I would call gold as a grandpa and the Bitcoin like a grandchild. It's a next level. It's a next wave of or evaluation of something. So yeah, for sure, Bitcoin is at least is not is same, like it's really hard to say, how to compare them. It's really touching topic, I would say, but for sure Bitcoin has much more benefits than gold in terms of usability, in terms of ability to buy it, to exchange, right, especially in our digital
Yep,
world.
of course. If you want to have $1 billion or $10 billion in Bitcoin, it just lives online, right? You can remember your passcode, or it lives on your exchange. On the contrary, if you want to have the same amount in gold, you would need to have a Fort Knox. You will need to hire security, guards, and transport it. It's not feasible. So as transportation and as a velocity of money, I think the Bitcoin has more potential becoming a monetary staple, right, in our future as a society grows and develops. And I do believe a few countries already agreed to make Bitcoin as a currency, right? What are those countries? Do you know?
I know there are some countries that agree to store the treasury in Bitcoin, like Argentina, as far as I remember. So yeah, they decided to split their funds between, like, no, it's the country's funds, the country's treasury, between gold, for example, and Bitcoin. Maybe some other assets as well, but yeah, it's really important that now Bitcoin is equally evaluated as a secure
And
asset for storing treasury.
right. Yeah, and we see more adoptions like that, right? And from their most recent use, U.S. states trying to adopt Bitcoin as a national reserve for pension funds, and as Trump mentioned in his campaign, that he would like to do Bitcoin national reserve. And we
Yeah,
can hear more of news like this, and Abu Dhabi doing the same thing. China probably already has it, and more countries getting on this train with Bitcoin, right?
yeah, yeah.
Well, Bitcoin is a giant, but let's talk about second best, right? Ethereum is another giant in the space, but its use case is very different from Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is just a store of value, but can you explain more about technology behind the Ethereum and what makes it so unique?
Yeah, for sure. Ethereum is the second one after Bitcoin. Ethereum has much better technology, I would say, if you're talking about from this perspective. Uh, Ethereum, it's not just an asset; it's a platform. It's a platform with a huge community. Ethereum was the first crypto asset that supports and performs on the unique platform for running smart contracts. This is the first platform that can run autonomous code, right? So just imagine that you have a decentralized bank, the bank without any involvement of the real people. So nobody can steal your money. They can regulate everything, and the code can't be changed by anybody. by anyone. And basically the main power of Ethereum is the ability to work as a platform, I would say.
Okay, by meaning that, I know there is 80% of other cryptocurrencies built on top of Ethereum, right? So can you explain a little bit more why do they choose Ethereum as a base camp? And we'll come back to other altcoins and we'll explain it later. But for now, while we talk about Ethereum, why is it one of the most used base platform?
So as I mentioned, Ethereum was one of the first platforms for running smart contracts, and that's why it has the biggest TVL. Like if you're talking about TVL, it's like a total value locked. So a lot of people invested in this platform. That's why it has the biggest evaluation after Bitcoin, right? It means that for the platforms that were invented later, they have to try to invent something new, right? Or they have to build on top of the existing one on Ethereum, which is the much safer. So that's why a lot of platforms that support the same technology stack, they are built on top of Ethereum, just for better adoption, just for better security. But yeah, at the same time, we need to say that some time ago in 2016 or 17, don't remember honestly, Ethereum also had a lot of problems with security, but it's like a organic path. So people, like a lot of people who are involved in building the community of developers of analytics, uh, they tried different paths. They tried different crypto technologies. So that's why, as a result, now in 2024 we have a really solid platform with millions of users, and which holds billions of dollars in the equivalent.
I keep watching the news, and Ethereum keep pushing new updates every year, sometimes twice a year. If you mentioned they were already built by code and can be changed, so how can they change the code during this process?
So if you want to change something in the smart contract, you need to create a new one. Or there are two ways. So you can change like some parameters, like dynamic values, which is really predictable. And based on the code, you can predict if there are any potential issues with that. Or they need to apply a new version of the smart contract. So everybody in the community can trace that. And it's really hard to steal money to add some harm to the logic.
So it's not decentralized yet, right? So it's still centralized. There is a group of people who control the code and can push updates to it.
Yes, but the group of people, but as bigger the group, as more
Okay.
centralized the platform. And also the centralization depends on how many blockchain nodes are running. And Ethereum is the most centralized platform. For example, if we're talking about, I think a lot of people heard about BNB, right? Binance Smart Chain. So it's also decentralized, but there are only only one nodes running.
So by nodes, you mean, to explain to our listeners, nodes is, guys, is from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, it's validators, right? So the chain to exist, it needs to validate its transactions between users, right? And that's how it works as a blockchain. There is always a validator who confirm, and that's how the miners work. They mine this cryptocurrency by validating those transactions, and that's what makes it secure. And if it has more validators, more nodes, then it becomes more secure because there's many more computers, so technology who can validate those transactions. Correct?
Yeah.
Perfect. And talking about terminology a little bit more, Ethereum is one of the biggest one after Bitcoin, and it calls not only just Ethereum as a cryptocurrency, it also calls a layer one cryptocurrency. Layer one meaning that there is other coins, other crypto projects can be built on top of that, right? And you can hear more layer two, and that's one of the biggest benefits of Ethereum. There is from what I understand, it's easy to build a layer two that also will be scalable in this level. That's why we can see a lot of projects in a high valuations that built on top of Ethereum.
This is true. So when we are talking about L2, it means that some another blockchain was built on top of the already existing one. So there are, if I'm talking about the technical details, there are different layers of inside of the blockchain, and it's a beauty of the blockchain that you can reuse some of the layers. And this key in the case of L2 layer 2 blockchains, some of the layers are used, for example, from Ethereum, or there are also some L2s on blockchain like Stack. There are a lot of guys. Just to understand, there are a lot of blockchains. There are different types of them, but I think for the beginners, it makes sense to be aware about top 5, for example. It would be really enough to start investing, to start exploring this world, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. But I just want to touch one last topic on this. What's the benefit of being layer one, layer two? Why do create new project as a main chain, right? So it calls chains. So there's Ethereum chain, there's Arbitrum chain, there's Solana chain, there's BNB chain, there's many chains, and every chain is a cryptocurrency project. But the idea of this, why they build them, because they use their native token as a gas token, as a processing power, right? So it calls gas. So when you process transactions, there is a small fee on each transaction. That's why you can see some fees on exchanges. That's why you see some fees on decentralized exchanges. It's normal. This is how they pay their validators to process this transaction. But there's many other projects that's built on top of Ethereum that don't have their own native gas token, and they pay their gas token on Ethereum because they live on that Ethereum blockchain. So I don't want to go too technical into it and go even deeper, but beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum, as we already just started talking about it, there's a whole world of coins, altcoins. It calls altcoin, right? There's Bitcoin and there's altcoins. How should someone new to crypto approach understanding and investing in these other assets besides just the major ones?
So we need to understand that investing in crypto itself is really risky, right? As less evaluated, as less popular the asset, then more risky it is. So there are a lot of projects that are launching right now on different blockchains. Each of the projects has its unique idea. Maybe not even unique, but it's something new, right? Or maybe it can be also a copy of somebody's idea, but with some different features. But we need also be aware about the scammers. They also exist, and there are a lot of them. So people just running fake projects just with landing page, asking you about investing money in them, investing crypto money, of course. And if you don't understand the technology, if you don't understand who is running this project, so it's really a high chance that you can be that your funds can be stolen. So you just invest in something, and it will never launch it.
Main thesis is be careful, right?
Yeah.
But the education, how can you educate yourself? So from my experience, and you can add from your side, there is a few things how you guys can educate yourself. Is number one is going to centralized exchange like Coinbase, and they do have programs like Learn and Earn. So basically, there's short videos sponsored by some of the cryptocurrencies, existing projects, and it will explain you the benefit of blockchain and what it does for society and what are use cases. So that's a good start. It also explains you why would it benefit for society to use this coin, and what are the use cases for infrastructure and for some other real world applications. From another hand, how can you research it? There's platform like X, Twitter in the past. It's like a crypto Facebook. I don't know. So everyone who is involved with cryptocurrency live on that platform. I personally spend a lot of time there to research on new projects, and every viable project has their own page there where they push new updates and news about their project and what they are doing there, something new or unique. And they have links from that website. You can link for their native website of their blockchain and some other sources where you can learn more about it. So I think start from central exchange like Coinbase if you're in the US, and move on to X and try to learn. Just put in search bar Ethereum or Solana, and you'll be able to find their foundation a main page, right? And from there's links to get you yourself educated even more. Would you like to add anything to that research scope from my?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. From my point of view, I would suggest to start with YouTube. There are a lot of useful videos there. So there are a lot of channels that can show you different technical issues just with some deck, like a cartoon, to visualize this in a simple way. So that's why it's really useful to watch videos, different videos. Yeah, also books for sure, because it's books also pumping up right now, because Ethereum, Bitcoin, and the blockchain itself gets much more popular right now.
Yep, you can buy some books like Bitcoin Explained on Amazon and start from there. There's multiple other sources we can learn about it, like Audibles or some other podcasts. Again, YouTube, yes, it's a really good source to learn something new. Now, for the next question, it's a very interesting topic. And again, it's not a financial advice, everyone. Crypto is very risky. But Artem, we all live by the cycles in cryptocurrency. Whoever invests in cryptocurrency, they have some insiders believe that crypto market seems to move in cycles, right? Like in real estate, I also invest in real estate. There is a 12-year cycle is known in real estate, which changes in time. I don't think we have a 12-year cycle anymore, but it used to be 12 years. Now at cryptocurrency, can you explain the cycle theory in this space and how it impacts the timing of investments? And I think that's what important right now, folks, because right now we're going into 2025, which is supposed to be a really good year for crypto. Again, not a financial advice, do your own research, but that's what we are hoping to see in the near future. Artem, please.
Yeah, sure. So we have to understand that the market, or the crypto market, really depends on the global market, right? So basically, investors, the institutional investors, and also not only institutional but retail investors, they just inflow the money into the market, right? So where do they get this money? So from banks, also from stocks. So when, for example, once somebody got extra money selling Apple stocks or Tesla stocks, they want to continue making money, right? So once you have a bit more, you can invest them in more risky asset. So then they decide to invest money in crypto. But on the bear market, everybody are afraid of losing money, right? And they just hold, and that's all. They hold. They put money in the banks, or just leave them as cash, and they're really afraid of investing. And in general, the cycles are really, they correlate. The crypto cycles correlates with S&P 500, with the global economy, and this a good it's a really good sign, because you can try to predict. If you see that now we live in decade where when the indexes are really high, all time high every day, right? On the other hand, we can see that money step by step, uh, the total evaluation of the crypto assets also grows. So yeah, the main idea is that everything is correlated with the global.
Yeah, but there is a little conspiracy theory, right, in crypto X going on that cycles also correlated with Bitcoin halving. And after that, in certain timelines, we can see a different price movements. Of course, this year it correlated,
Yeah.
and also U.S. elections, right? There's, as you mentioned, different cycles. So U.S. elections go on every 4 years as well. And interesting enough, it happens when Bitcoin halving happens. And folks, for what is Bitcoin halving is every 4 years there is the inflation of Bitcoin cuts in half. So basically, you can produce half of the Bitcoins that you could have done 4 years ago. And it makes this way. So, and at some point, the inflation will stop completely when all the Bitcoin will be mined. In what, in 100 years?
Yeah, this halving makes people about,
It does have a little impact because what happens is less Bitcoin is mined, so there's less selling pressure. So what happens? Miners usually have mining operations, and they need to pay salaries and they need to pay for electricity, so they have to sell some Bitcoin. But if they can produce less of these Bitcoins, then there's less selling pressure on Bitcoin on the whole chain, and there's less price volatility. I'm sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I just wanted to say the same. So when people invest, they want to, to believe in something, and this halving procedure, the halving itself, it gives you like a little chance, but who knows? Maybe not just little chance, but the chance that the price will go up. But yeah, in general, there is a tendency that after halving we see like some drop and then all-time high. But
Yep.
it's a history. Nobody knows what we'll see in 2025, for example.
Yep. No one knows what's going to happen in the future, and history doesn't have to repeat itself again and again. Yeah, no, for sure. Generally, like I want to touch a little bit more about cycles and the trends of cryptocurrency. Right? We had in 2021 we had a DeFi boom, right? Decentralized finance. So all decentralized finance project had crazy valuations over the roof and overinflated. Then a little bit later, we had metaverse boom when Facebook announced that they're gonna pivot in metaverse, and all metaverse associated projects, it just went ballistic, and we saw 30 to 100 times of evaluation of the before the news in within timeline of like months, a couple of months. This year, and it happens 2024. We
Yeah.
noticing a new trend, right? This is AI, artificial intelligence, and this narrative is so strong that it's keep pushing 2025. Now we're looking and we see that more in AI space building as AI agents and AI adoptions to gaming and correlated to gaming, and gaming is the second narrative that's going to be after that. That's what we see. So what can you add on the narratives and how strong they can be, and will they live through the cycle, and will they stay as strong, or will you see some correction after this hype, and will it die at some point? What are your predictions on this?
Basically, narratives, they drive the market. So if you want to be successful in investing in crypto, you have to understand the narratives. You have to follow them. And yeah, for sure, with rising the AI area, with popping up all these really cool tools like ChatGPT and other Copilot, etc. All the AI platforms. It really, it's obvious that AI can be matched with crypto, with the blockchain as a technology, because this blockchain AI is a hot topics right now. That these areas are the most popular, the most trending, and it really makes sense. Regarding the AI narrative itself, I think it will be live next year for sure, because as we can see, Nvidia chips, they just really just started building the new versions, the new generation of chips, and LLM models produced by OpenAI. They have these guys. They have a lot of new ideas. They have a lot of data, but the real bottleneck is the energy. So I don't see any like narratives that would stop this for the next in the next 2 years. I would say any red flags.
So you don't think it's gonna slow down? So it will just keep going. Your development, your growing, just gonna develop and grow on this space.
Maybe it will not be the exponential growth, but maybe the velocity, right? The will be a bit less, but in general, the trend it's really good looking for me for the next 10 years for sure.
Can you name some notable AI projects that you think will be interesting to watch in 2025?
It's really hard to say. I don't want to be to be affiliated with somebody, but I can share with you guys how to track it, how to investigate it by yourself, so you can open any. There are few top platforms in the internet like CoinGecko,
Yep.
CoinMarketCap, CryptoRank. I think we can put the links under the video. Yeah, so you can go there and see the top projects by market cap with the AI affiliated with the AI area, and then like you can choose any of them and check the stats, checks the team. Yeah, it's really important to every time when you investigate some project or you want to invest in something, first check the team, check if the guys are real, something like that.
Yep. So guys, again, going back to investigation, how to find those coins. This is one of the most famous websites is coinmarketcap.com. I'll drop the link here for you, and you can filter by what they do, right? So like Artem mentioned, is an AI development or layer one or Ethereum family or Solana family, and you can by that. And if you like some narrative, if you like gaming narrative, then you can filter by gaming crypto projects, and it will show you what are the top projects, and you can filter as much as you want what has potential and dive deeper into each one, go on X and research them and go back to their link, even go to LinkedIn and find who works there and what kind of backgrounds they have. I think it's a process of exercise for everyone to do find their own project that they like, and I agree with Artem here. Okay, so let's move on and listen. Cryptocurrency and blockchain technologies are often criticized for being risky and overly complex. What do you see as the biggest challenges for mass adoption?
The complexity. People really need to understand how the wallets work. Still, there is some, the knowledge gap, that people should, to go through to start being, really comfortable in this area. For the bank, it's really easy. If you lost your the password to your bank account, to your to the site of the bank, it's easy for you just to call your manager and ask to restore it. Yeah, but there is no chance to do it if you lost the private key of your wallet. Nobody can restore it. So, and this, I think, this is the main thing. People have to understand the risk and understand how critical is to, for example, to save the seed phrases of your wallets. So nobody can help you if you lost it.
You guys can watch this on YouTube, how to do that, how to create a new wallet, and how to launch seed phrases. There's multiple educational videos on that about what we're talking about. So we're not going to go into details on that. So let's have a final question, and we're gonna wrap it. Looking ahead, what excites you the most about the future of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology?
Oh, I really like how it goes right now, and I really think that in 10 or 20 years we will see real communities that are based on the blockchain technology, right? Fully decentralized. There are, if you look for books with the blockchain concept, blockchain-like concept, you can see that there are even like societies in some scientific books that based on the blockchain technology. There is a chance that in 10 or 20 years, even countries, the government, the rules in the laws in countries will be controlled by blockchain, by some decentralized nodes. So I think this is not. I see the cryptocurrency like a basement, like a good example of something big, of the blockchain-like world.
Right. So basically, we're gonna see much bigger adoption for blockchain technology itself on the space of our usual day-to-day operations, like getting a ticket for parking somewhere. Probably it's gonna be on blockchain, and it's gonna be embedded, and you won't be able to. You have to fight it. You have to go through a legal system. Well, I love it. I think we're gonna have a bright future, and it's all exciting to see how it all develops. Artem, thank you so much for sharing your expertise and breaking down this complex topics for us. Your insights are valuable, and I know our listeners will have a lot to think about this episode.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, Alex, for inviting me.
It's a pleasure having you.
Great podcast.
Of course, it's a pleasure having you. To all our listeners, thank you for tuning in into Path of Progress. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with anyone who curious about crypto or looking to their understanding. Stay tuned for more exciting conversation, and as always, keep moving forward. See you next time.